Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr Speaker, this question is to the Minister of Commerce and asks, has he received any reports on anti-competitive behaviour in the banking sector?
Honourable Craig Foss.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I'm not aware of receiving any specific reports, but if the member has examples of anti-competitive behaviour in the banking sector, these should be directed and taken to the Commerce Commission.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, right Honourable Winston Peters.
Does he think it appropriate for a bank to simply terminate a company's accounts with that bank without giving any reason whatsoever for doing so? If not, why not, as the Minister?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Craig Foss.
In those circumstances, Mr Speaker, the organisation concerned has a number of remedies. They could go to the bank themselves, they could go to the banking ombudsman or some other dispute resolution service. If something uncompetitive was happening, then the organisation should take their complaint to the Commerce Commission.
Question.
Supplementary question, right Honourable Winston Peters.
Should a company called IMEX Limited, that provides remittance services in New Zealand, Australia and the Pacific Islands, have cause for concern about anti-competitive behaviour when one of their direct competitors, namely Westpac, with whom IMEX banks, writes to them terminating their accounts without providing any reason for doing so?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Craig Foss.
I just repeat my previous answer. If those issues between that organisation and their bank, whoever that was, regardless of whoever that bank is, they have courses to remedy or make complaint about those issues that the member raises.
Question.
Supplementary question, right Honourable Winston Peters.
Would he, as the responsible minister and on behalf of his government, if it became apparent that Westpac had been engaging in anti-competitive banking behaviour, support making another bank, such as Kiwi Bank, the government's bank, rather than allow this to go on with the government support?
Mr
Honourable
Speaker,
Craig Foss.
Mr Speaker, the member's confused. He doesn't understand the Commerce Act. The question primarily was about anti-competitive behaviour. The Commerce Act looks after that. The Commerce Commission looks after those particular issues. So if the member has issues around that, he should go to the Commerce Commission.
Order. I have a point.
Rather than take that insult, I asked in particular, given that he is the minister in terms of giving advice to the government responsible, would the government keep its account with Westpac? Now, that's the answer I want. The question I want answered, and surely that's what I referred to.
Order. The best way forward, because I have a little bit of sympathy for the member, is the question has been answered. I think it has been addressed, but I will allow the member an additional supplementary question.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker.
Winston Peters.
Could I ask the Minister, seeing that this could become an issue for the government as to where the government's account is currently with Westpac, if it was found that Westpac was engaging in anti-competitive behaviour, would he then recommend that the government move its account to a bank such as Kiwi Bank?
Speaker.
Honourable Craig Foss.
I have no responsibility for whoever the government uses for their banking arrangements.
Question number 4, Dr Paul Hutchinson.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Health. What progress is being